Ladies, I am so excited today. I am here with Nadine and I am here to highlight her because Nadine is one of the people who consistently contributes to our group with beautiful readings that always brighten my day. And so today I wanted to reach out to Nadine. I wanted to ask her about her business. I really want to highlight her as a person, as a beautiful coach who works with women, who helps them through what she's doing. And I'll let her speak. She'll tell us how it started. She'll tell us where she came from, because she has a really great education and she's using it to guide people into awesomeness. So Nadine, welcome, and please take it away.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Lenka, for having me here and for the whole group you create for all of us. It's like so amazing. So I am a tarot card reader. I came to this, I'll try to do this as quickly as possible. I do intuitive tarot readings for people. I did events before, but I do mostly privates. It's almost like a therapy session. I have a degree in psychology from Boston University. And I have a master's degree in creative writing from USC, which is a little different, but I mix the two things. My background, so I use my intuition, my psychological knowledge that comes from a whole bunch of things. I'm also a Reiki master, so I do energy. So there's a lot of things happening during our session that I'm picking up, and I know the cards really well. So I work with a lot of women, and a lot of men actually reach out to me for readings. I think they feel comfortable that they need feminine energy and they can be a little vulnerable without it being with their partner or something. But so there's a lot of each reading is just going deeply into the circumstances in your life and what's going on, and that's how it reads. So the ideal client is just anyone, either from just looking at wanting to see what's coming up in their lives to deeper problems that are continuous, and I work continuously. It's almost like therapy, like I said. So a little more about my background. I discovered the tarot. I have experienced a lot of loss in my life, and I lost my mom when I was 10. And don't want to make everyone sad, but this is my story, and it's also my strength. So I didn't have the traditional therapy, even though my dad was a doctor. And my parents were born in Colombia, South America, to Eastern European Jewish grandparents. So like I was born in America, but I spoke Spanish at home. So I had this kind of education and world. I have this view of different parts of the world that I think informs also the readings. Because I can kind of understand and pick up a lot from all kinds of cultures, from all kinds of situations. So having taken myself, so I bought a tarot deck when I was 15 years old at the mall with friends, even though I was a regular teenager, excited to fall in love and this and that. I had a side of me working on this loss and this trauma I was going through, and the tarot helped me. So through the years, I would pick it up and put it down. Interrupt me if I'm going on too much. And it's almost like I taught it to myself. I also taught myself how to read astrology. But after I did my master's degree in writing, I was publishing articles. And I got a tarot reading from this woman who was a psychic, and I became a Reiki master through her. You need to learn that. And I would and then she said, you should hang out with my daughter. You're the same age. I had just gotten a divorce, and I was growing into myself in a little like, oh my God, how do I stand on my own 2 feet? And we would go and do the cafes and do tarot, and always about guides, it was always about who likes who, and then learning the cards. And then they started calling me for readings, and I was like, really? And they're like, don't you know you're so intuitive? And when I was young, my dad would ask me questions, and he'd say, you're very intuitive. And I was like, what's intuitive? But so I finally learned to put this gift I love, and it's effortless to really help someone. I can feel what they need, and suggestions of how to raise your vibration and how to work to heal or whatever the thing is that's needed. That's what I work with. And I'm expanding as well because I am a writer. I'm working on a memoir of my story. I lost my dad 3 years ago. He was killed in a car accident. So I've had this like bookends of tragedy through the loss of my parents, and I've had to work really hard on through myself. So I know how to help people through loss and deeper things, even if I'm bright, because I believe you can be joyful and go through trauma and tragedy. And I'm an example of that, that you don't have to stay. You can have one moment in deep sorrow. I cry all the time and release, and then I'm like, like babies, they
Mhm.
cry and then they laugh, and we're just human. So I really like to also express that, to how to get ourselves to allow ourselves to be more freely a human and a woman, and enjoy being a woman. So
That
that's my story.
that's incredible, and I can 100% relate to that loss. I lost my mom. I was 22. I wasn't a child, so I cannot even imagine what it must have been for you when you were 10. But that changes everything in life. So for those of you ladies who can relate, you know what we are talking about. Um, how you take that tragedy or that loss, and we transform it into gift to people, how we can help through that to other people to grow and get over their obstacles is just mind-blowing to me. And you are really great at that. So you created a business from there, right? Yeah, like you use those lemons and you created lemonade, right? Like that's what happened. And you are doing really well. What are you excited this year, 2021? What are you excited for in your business? What are the plans for your business? Where are you going with that? How can we support you with that?
Oh my God, I would love that. Okay, I have a few things. I love working with clients, so continuing that work.
Mhm.
Um, but I am working on creating my own tarot deck.
Wow.
Uh, and because I am a writer, um, I have a couple people. I have a photographer cousin who I might use her photography for the deck. It's very like sensual, which I love. But I also am playing with the idea of drawing a little bit of my own. So creating a tarot deck. I also want to create a few more products to put on my website that add to healing. And I think the piece that differentiates me from other tarot readers is that I have a kind of a cultured classical background. I have a degree in psychology. I actually have two master's degrees. I don't even mention the other one because I worked in film and TV when I was in my early 20s in New York. And so I want to write a memoir
Mhm.
uh, from about what I'm talking about, and the way I was raised and lived my life, and that the losses, how to be joyful, like that it forms you. It doesn't have to. People, we have it backwards. We think the less we go through that's bad, the better you are, but it's really the opposite. The more people have gone through, the more they're compassionate, interesting, and filled with depth. It's and I see it all the time and I experience it. So that's one thing. Another thing, I don't know how to put this in words, is that okay, so those are some of the things I'm excited about my business. The tarot cards. I'm right brain, not organized brain. Um, I also am creating. I don't know yet what the other products are that I want to charge up with Reiki and have some products on my website. So if anyone is interested in collaborating on some level, I'm super open to collaborating. I'm really open to people who are good at organizing and producing and like that, but are interested in healing arts. Um, let's see, what else?
Mhm.
Um, what I wanted to, my neighbor gave me this book, this book on tarot by Taschen, is like a gorgeous book creator. It's kind of what I wanted to do before, but I would like to do that with the deck I create, and then move from tarot to other aspects of empowering yourself by allowing the uniqueness to come through. That's just really a huge theme of freeing yourself and letting go of any shame. There's so much shame around having loss, like there's something wrong with being a human being. So, and also I'd like to work with helping people who've had subtle kinds of abuse, where you're slightly disempowered, and if you're a sensitive person, you kind of take that on, like, so that's a whole other aspect.
Wow. So your year will be really busy and packed with projects. What I heard you say is you are looking for collaborators to connect with you and create something awesome that you guys could promote together and sell together. You are also looking to create this beautiful tarot deck. That's you already have your creative team around that. So you're going for that, right? And you're also maybe tapping into some sort of coaching around loss, around all that you just said. So that is fantastic, and that is so needed, especially after we are getting out of 2020 where a lot of people suffer loss. So you'll have a huge success with that, my dear. Well, with that said, I thank you for your time today. And ladies, if you feel inspired to contact Nadine and just go and see what you guys can put together, if you feel like there could be some sort of win-win situation, that's what we love in this group. So please reach out to Nadine. You know where to find her. She's in the group. So just look her up. She's on almost every single day with her beautiful readings, and you can't miss her. Thank you so much for your leadership, my dear. Thank you so much for showing up for yourself and for others, and holding this space for us to really tap into our feminine and be in touch with those energies and help us fly. So have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you so much, Linka. Thank you for your beautiful energy and all you create.
Thank you. Bye,
Yeah.
ladies. Have a great weekend.